Welcome to Audio Daily Heartfelt Stories, true, intimate stories about love, family and the hard choices life asks of us. Today's story is titled, At 37 I Thought I Had It All, Until I Learned My Husband Still Loved His Ex. Listener discretion advised. This episode contains emotional conflict and family struggles. At 37 this year, my life felt truly complete. A small family with 3 well-behaved children. A husband devoted to his wife and kids. And we are even expecting another little one. I thought life had been unexpectedly kind to me, giving me more happiness than I ever imagined. My relationship with my husband didn't begin as a burning young romance. It began with sympathy, respect, compassion, and, more importantly, the sense that we fit one another at that time. He isn't good at sharing feelings or showing affection, but I saw his sincerity and his determination to rise above circumstance. We walked together from the days he first tried to start a business, through hardships, failures, and discouragement. We argued. We had tense moments. Dishes were thrown. But I never once thought of leaving him or our family. After anger cooled, we always realized we needed each other and encouraged each other to keep going through every storm. We were simple people. When we had no money we rode together on a dream motorbike and drank iced tea. When we had money we'd drive to the seaside and sip coconut water or squid snacks. No fancy restaurants. No loud parties, we just stayed together for 12 years. He often said I was his soulmate. The wife he could confide in completely. He cherished me and promised to love and protect this family however he could. Time proved him right. And I believed him. I pictured our future, children grown. The 2 of us aging. Returning to the countryside. Tending a small garden. Raising a few animals. And waiting for weekends when the children would come home and we'd gather as a family. Sometimes, when free, the 2 old spouses would travel together. That's what he told me during our night talks. My life before meeting him was never easy. But building our life together made me feel I had chosen the right person. Found a good father for our children. And a lifetime support. I needed nothing more, just to live out my days beside him and the children. But today, as I write this, everything is no longer what I thought. In the past month he began to show signs any devoted wife would notice. His phone never left his side, sometimes he smiled for no reason, his sleeping face looked like someone dreaming happily. I grew suspicious and teased him that he seemed happier these days. Curiosity won over caution. I secretly checked his phone for the first time, call logs, messages. He confessed everything. He told me, his feelings for me are those of a husband, the woman who stood by him through hardship. He respects and cherishes me, he loves our children and will not abandon the family. But there is an exception, his ex-girlfriend. The one he would recall and tell me stories about. She is on the same wavelength as him, she is the youth of his life. The regret that has lingered. The deep love he carried when he first entered the world after school. He tried to forget her and build a family. But now, after reconnecting, his heart ached because she remained single. She told him her love had not changed. Now that he has a family and she has completed her duties to her family and society, she intends to take refuge at the temple. He had once told her that he would not marry until after 30, he wanted to build his career first to be worthy of her. He failed to keep that promise. They broke up after nearly 3 years together when he was 23. She quietly believed and waited. He says that now he has everything, success, a happy family. But she has nothing. That is an enormous loss for a woman. He pities her, loves her, and feels sorrow for her. He wants to make up for her in whatever time she has left. I asked him, where do I stand in your heart? How should a wife who suffered with you hear such words from her husband? Is this fair to me? Was all our years together just a lie? We stood in silence, tears falling. A few days later he told me he would try to use reason to balance things. He admitted his greed, wanting to keep his family and also remain with the woman he still loved. And he didn't see any better solution. If I left him, he would accept it because he's wrong. But he would never voluntarily give me up. He said he would live for himself and not for public opinion. If he developed feelings for a new woman he would truly be at fault, but I am the one who came later. His love at the start was not fully mine. He asked me to understand. He could not abandon the woman he loved, if I purposely hurt her. He would lose me completely and lose everything we had built together. Their feelings were not wrong. His feelings were not wrong. The wrong was that they had missed each other in the past. And now they wanted to fix that. He promised he would still be responsible for me and the children and begged me to put myself in his shoes. I was shattered. So I was the only one at fault in their love. I was wrong for trying to be the devoted wife. Wrong for standing by him when he felt weak. Wrong for loving him day after day. Wrong for nurturing our family. Wrong for being the legally recognized wife while still being the later one, the third party in someone else's love. For the sake of my love for him, for the 3 children who revere their father, and for the unborn child, I begged him to keep faith as a husband, to be exclusively my husband for 5 years. I even offered to sign divorce papers so that later, when everything was official, he and she could be together without shame. I didn't want to fight for anything. I would give him back to the one he loved without resentment. But he coldly refused and bluntly said, either you accept sharing your husband, or I'll let you and the kids live on your own. He would only care for the children from afar. He would leave our family if I forced him to stop seeing her now. To him, forcing him would be like killing him. He said I claimed to love him but my actions didn't match my words. At least I have had him for 12 years. And I'm about to have a 4th child. I have everything while she has nothing. If she had a good life, he would never bother her. He would keep his feelings until he died. But now, those feelings have flared up and been given another chance. He will not let go. He will nurture them and keep them close. I felt even smaller when I texted her, pouring out my sincerest words to make her understand how much I wanted to keep this family. How deeply I loved my husband. I didn't blame her. I didn't scold him. I respected their past and wished I had met him before her. She said their love was pure and deep. She had no intention of breaking my family. She only wanted him to be happy and hoped their love could remain intact while acting in a way that would stop my worrying. From what he told me about her, I chose to trust his perspective. I thought she must be a wonderful person to have made him so attached. But after that message, half a month passed and I learned that every day they exchanged words of love and longing. His phone was busy for hours. I couldn't interrupt their calls no matter how often I tried to reach him. I don't know how holy she seemed in his eyes. But now I can say for sure she's no longer worthy of my respect. She is a deceitful, immoral woman. The strangest thing is that I, his wife for over 10 years, am worth less than an ex who never stood by him. Never met him in person in those early years. Never even claimed the title of true lover. They knew each other through phone calls and messages and youthful confidences. Yet my husband, a hard man in business, cannot forget her and loves her with a drained, desperate heart. Today I went for a regular checkup. My child had previous issues. And the doctor said the baby is now smaller than expected for the gestational age even though in prior weeks the weight was on target. When everything came to light, I had told my husband that I love him more than the children. I would accept his heart not being entirely mine, as long as he did not betray the duties of husband and father. I thought I could walk beside him and love him more until he could fully forget his old love. I was wrong. I was disastrously wrong to crumble for him and let our baby suffer. The thought of my child hurts my heart. After countless sleepless nights I finally woke up. I cannot be so in love with a man that I become irresponsible to the children I brought into this world. I will not let my feelings make my angels suffer, they are my life. I need clarity to care for and love them properly. I need to repair the damage and the lack they may suffer in the future. I must be their emotional anchor when they need me. I also need to love myself. I will let the pain he caused me harden into armor. Over time it will erode the love I had for him, in the same gradual way I once grew to love him day by day. I have lost in love, I accept stepping back because I do not want to become a woman who loses all reason. A woman with torn hair from jealousy. A woman who, blinded by love, loses herself and ends as a jaded, hopeless person. I will let him be with the one he loves. He no longer deserves to be my husband. To this day, I do not regret our marriage. Perhaps our fate together has run its course. The one good thing left now is that I did give my children a responsible father, imperfect, but still worthy of respect. I will need a long time to heal these wounds. My children will need time to become stronger. And I truly need time to find the courage to get through this brokenness. I have ethics, pride, self-respect, and obedient children. I deserve to be loved and to be happy. Thank you for listening to this episode of Daily Heartfelt Stories. If this story moved you, please like and subscribe. Your support helps amplify honest voices like this. If you're moved to respond, leave a calm, heartfelt comment with advice or encouragement for the storyteller. And if you or someone you know is facing emotional or domestic turmoil, please seek professional help or trusted local support. Children's well-being matters most. Until the next story, be gentle with yourself and others.